Hello everyone, I am Valen, and I am now a proud owner of the Dragon Driller 5000, and I am here today to continue my reactions to Helluva Boss. I am on Season 2, Episode 9. However, as has been recommended to me in the comments, there's a music video that I perhaps should have watched prior to Episode 8. It wasn't in the playlist, which is why I missed it, but to my understanding, it provides some additional context to Stolas' actions that he took in Episode 8. So I'm going to go ahead and react to that, and then I'm going to move on to our regular broadcast, to Episode 9, and seeing what the fallout of that altercation was. And also, I suppose I could talk a little bit more about the previous episode, but first I'm going to go ahead and watch this, and then I'll yammer a bit, and then we'll get on to the regular plans. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let's do this. There's the gym.
It is expected, an oath by blood to hold the tome.
Ooh, like the tone of that song.
And the starlight passes overhead. But dearest, I know better now. I must give you this choice. I can give you everything you need. Or do you want to hear me plead? Just look my way. What's left for me and my broken heart if I cannot have you?
I'm just absorbing this right now.
And no matter what in this world I could give, so I'll grant you this mercy, this bind on our souls needs to end. I will try to make amends for making you means to an end, and just say, look my way.
Yeah, very, very powerful song. So we've got Stolas here. He's, dealing with his own internal turmoil. Enunciate. His own internal he's fighting within himself. And, yeah, laugh it up, I know. So, he's really struggling here because ultimately, what he's singing about is what we already know, that he loves Blitz. And he knows that... See, here's the thing. We know at this point, even prior to Episode 8, that Blitz had already had a distrust for royalty. But we really haven't seen as much of Blitz, and I say that in a context of there's the on-screen Blitz and there's the off-screen Blitz. Blitz exists, right? This is a living, breathing world. Yes, I know it's fiction, but it's a living, breathing world that we are seeing little snapshots of. So there's been already a long relationship of however long this has been, months at this point, multiple rendezvous. I mean, Blitz has been in Stolas' bed for, in like sweaty activity for more time than we've seen him on screen. Stolas knows Blitz better than we do. That is the reality. That is 100% the reality. He knows Blitz better than we do, and that's evident here. He knows that Blitz has already a distrust for royalty, and that's what he's singing about when he talks about the walls you've built. Where was it? this scene here, when he's singing about the walls you've built, and Stoll's trying to break through those walls. So this actually kind of leads me to think. So, and I know this next episode is called The Apology. I commented before that I could see this being a plot line. This because it does seem to me that Blitz making a simple apology would not be enough. I mean, he didn't just not react the way Stolas expected. He straight up insulted Stolas. Like, Stolas is like, so that's how you actually feel about me. And it did seem like Blitz was about to apologize when he got kicked out. I don't think at this point an apology would be enough. It would just seem like empty words. Actions speak louder than words. A simple apology is not enough. But what this song implies is Stolas. This is what Stolas was nervous about, right? This is why he was throwing up and super anxious, because deep down he kind of expected that reaction from Blitz. So, can it be fixed in less than 4 episodes? Is this next episode titled The Apology? Will that be enough? Don't know. But anyway, we are going to hop on into it. Apology Tour. And I've not looked ahead to see the other titles. Yes, it's in the playlist, but I don't look. I see what's here, and that's all I know. I go in blind, as always. Whether it's watching these shows for reactions, for authentic reactions from myself, or whether I'm playing games on stream, it is 100% authentic. I know nothing going in. Speaking of which, I do stream on Twitch. If you'd like to consider catching me live, my schedule can be found on the Twitch calendar, Instagram story, as well as posts to Twitter and Blue Sky. If you can't catch me live, or if you don't want to, that's okay as well. My VODs are posted to YouTube, and if that's too long, didn't watch, I also post and edit my own clips, typically under a minute, and I've been making shorter ones. A slight tangent. So I'm an elder millennial, right? Back in my day, get off my lawn. Back in my day, 3 minutes was short. Like, oh, I posted a short video and it'd be 3 minutes. Today, that's considered long form. And anything more than 30 seconds is long. And I find in my analytics that within 6 seconds, majority of people are gone. It's like, it's a 1 minute, it's less than a minute, and within 6 seconds, everybody's already gone. Like, what the? So I'm starting to post shorter clips, like trying to be under 30 seconds, sometimes closer to 15 seconds, because kids these days have a very short attention span. And I know the majority of people have already skipped past this. So, anyway, regardless. Anyway, so, but yeah, all that going on, etc., etc. Now, I'm going to be hopping on in. The following cartoon contains let me start it over. Warning, the following cartoon contains graphic violence, strong language, sexual themes, flashing lights, as well as rampant demon horniness. So yes, it's intended for mature audiences. Rampant demon horniness is part of the reason we're here. Also some killer music. Get into it.
Hello, Stolas.
Hi, Blitz.
You haven't been answering my text, and I sent you a bunch of funny shit, so what gives?
I was hoping my lack of ha-has in response to the photos you sent would be an indicator I didn't want to talk right
My
now.
lack of
Oh, come on,
ha-has.
Stolas. We just had a rough night. Besides, you always want to hear from me.
Blitz, what is it you want?
I want to feel like I'm earning my way to Earth. Okay, so get your tight, feathered ass out of that lawn chair and into the bedroom so I can fuck it.
Wow. Poetry. I'm sure
Poetry.
such a statement would have had me swooning by now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that was a shitty way for me to say it, but you usually like it when I talk all dirty and fucky and shit. Come on, we don't do words.
I love those
we do
bird
sex.
sound effects.
As shocking as this might seem, it's bad enough I got an invite to this anti-Blitzo party, an honorary invite for being your freshest ex.
Anti-Blitzo party? Who the fuck's behind this?
Oh, it's entirely immature. I'd never indulge this nonsense. It's silly.
Real silly, real fucking classy.
Kind of them to invite me, though. It might be rude not to make an appearance.
Brassica!
She
Of course, that
him to
fucking
know.
bitch.
I will say,
She knew.
it's rather concerning you have an entire party devoted to hating you, though, Blitz.
Oh, please, everyone hates me for shitty reasons. In the end, everyone's just bitter they couldn't tie
It's funny
this
for a
ass
dozen
down.
reasons.
I'm too much imp to simp. Waiting for you to realize how good an angry fuck would be right now.
Get out. Right now.
What?
I'm tired of this. I'm uncomfortable with how you're speaking to me now.
Oh, come on, Stolas. You can't tell me
Title
this
that
isn't a
book.
fantasy of yours. You want me to show your rich, princey ass
Passion
what
and
a real
brimstone.
fucking is.
You speak just like that vile striker friend of yours, the one who tried to kill me and you couldn't be bothered to come help me. Remember him?
Hey, look, I do not
ooh,
sound like
ooh.
that. And I didn't know he was capable. I
ouch,
stopped
ouch,
him the first time, didn't I?
The first time?
Yeah, Oh. Oops. No, who said that?
You knew someone was trying to assassinate me?
I stopped
fuck.
him. And I really didn't
fuck.
think you could actually get hurt. You're immortal and shit. You're a fucking prince.
Oh,
if me and my
no.
team could kick that guy's ass that easily, then I'm sure you'd have no problem.
I suppose you are right. Silly me. It's not an imp's place to protect a Goetia, is it?
And there it is. Took you long enough.
That's all you were waiting for, wasn't it?
I spent the entirety of this morning listening to love ballads. And that was still the gayest thing I've heard all day!
Do you feel any kind of remorse for what you do? Have you ever even apologized once in your life?
Oh, you think I can't apologize? Well, fuck you!
Okay, I've said before I don't normally do this, but I need to make sure I caught what Blitz said, and I feel like the context could be important. I want to make sure I caught what he said.
My self-hatred stop.
Even apologized once in your life?
Oh, you think I can't apologize? For what? You want me to be like, oh, sorry, this entire time I assumed the worst because I was convinced a prince could never love someone like me, and I've let my self-hatred stop me from apologizing to anyone I could never care about.
My self-hatred may stop me.
that.
Well, fuck you! I can sorry the fuck out of people, just you watch! I can totally apologize to the people I've fucked with. I mean, how many could there possibly be?
How mad? Southern bitch.
Yes? Oh, it's you.
Hey, Martha. Look, I know we killed you in the past, but I just want to say no hard
Make it
feelings and offer this.
right. Oh, it's her. Holy.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Fuck. So if I smell homosexual. Oh. Oh, this. Fuck. Fuck you guys, sorry, not sorry.
All right, and now on to the X's. Who
Oh my
are
God.
all in one place.
Oh.
Yay.
Yay.
Bruh.
Hey, happy Halloween!
Bruh.
Oh, looks like you missed some makeup there.
Thanks. It's my face.
Blitz are more like shit, so. That's a lot of X's. Holy shit. Knew there were a few there, but damn.
Hello, freshest X! Stolas! How are you doing, baby? You holding up okay? Well, I'm glad you could make it, honey.
Well, this certainly beats the last Earth party I attended on Hallows Eve.
Flashback.
The demon prince, Stolas.
I was told there would be cake.
Speaking of cake, you want to slice it?
Oh!
Oh my.
I like to start at the neck. Or the dick.
Or
All right.
dick.
Nobody wants his dick anyway.
I think I'm content.
Wow. Gosh.
Sorry for the comment I made at your sister's wedding, though she did deserve it. She's a whore. Sorry for fucking your mom, though I thought it was your dad.
Thought it was your dad.
Hi!
He did it.
Way to go, Dennis.
Dennis?
You fucking suck.
Dennis?
Yeah, you suck,
Oh, that's
Dennis.
right. Oh, that's right at the party. Yeah, that's right. He did make out with Dennis at that party. That counts as an X. A casual makeout session counts as an X. Oh, I've wronged people worse than Blitz wronged Dennis.
It's time to hear from the special new guest of honor.
I let you get too
Song.
close. I let it go too far. Now I know,
Wait, is that a-
now
is that a
I know
hound?
exactly what you
Oh,
are.
right. Because he's an employee. He's getting paid to sing.
I don't think you meant to hurt me, 'cause I don't think it meant a thing at all. The motherfucker. Na, 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 na,
What's his name? Vortex? He's got a nice voice.
I let it go too long. I let you go too deep.
Deep
Now
indeed.
now I know there's one thing I can't keep, but I keep on waiting to want you.
This is
less
fire.
than I do. And I do, oh I do, yes I still do want you.
Got soul.
Maybe it's all on me for missing every sign and every glance and every turn. No, he's a motherfucker. Maybe there's something here.
And let's just realize how much he fucked up. Does he reveal himself? I'm putting on 2-to-1 odds on that. I thought he was going to reveal himself like right there. So, he didn't.
Blitz, what are you doing here? You're lucky everyone is drunk or you would be murdered right now.
Ah, no, it's good. I'm in a disguise.
Oh yes, I recall. Everyone but me is getting your cheap apologies tonight. Well, you certainly have your work cut out for you.
Always been real
Yeah.
shit at sorries, okay? They're for pussies, and no one fucking deserves them anyway, but I felt like maybe you actually needed one.
Oh, lucky me.
Shit. Okay, what I mean is,
There is a crowd full of people here who cared so much they throw an entire fucking party about hating you every year. Do you know how much you have to care to do something as stupid as that?
Stolas, you are better off without me, okay? You deserve so much. I don't even know why you would want to be with me.
I'm standing out in the rain at a train station, and someone is shouting, "Harriet, don't get on that train! It's going to London, and I cannot be without you!"
Oh, Stolas, that's a rom-com.
Oh, fuck you. The point is, I just want someone to care. If I stay or go, I want someone to want me.
He still could reveal himself, though. Basically, it'll still count to be like reveals himself big time.
Hello.
Great song earlier. You have great pipes.
Thank you. Dance? With me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Hey, Ver.
So, an apology tour, huh? You got a lot of balls coming here, Blitzo.
Yeah, I know. Everyone here hates me.
Yep, that's the point, dumbass.
So what, you're waiting for your sorry?
Oh, fuck you, you little prick.
Well, I'm sorry for always telling it like it is, sister.
Oof.
Well, I'm just being honest. I'm sorry for dumping you. Sorry for not falling head over heels for you, or that guy, or fucking Dennis, or anyone at this stupid fucking party.
Oh,
You are
that's
so fucking shitty! Do you hear yourself?
Everyone's shitty. Hello, we live in hell. Why am I all of a sudden the bad guy just for sucking at relationships?
Are you expecting sympathy? Oh, poor Blitz. Finally having to own that his actions affect
Wow.
other people's fifis. Bitch, please. How do you think I felt when the fun guy I was dating decided to just bail on me because I made the shitty mistake of saying I love... It was the most embarrassing
There it is.
feeling to be vulnerable for once, and you really just
there. It is.
know how to send a message in the shittiest fucking way. The worst part is you still make me feel like a bad person for being angry at you now. But hosting this party for everyone else you've dicked over, at least I can help others cope with the shit you did. What? No snarky comeback?
No. You're right. I actually am, sorry. I don't want to be this way. Not forever.
Looks like Stolas is having a good time.
Yeah, well, he needs it.
Oh, a really good time.
Oh, that bird-stealing cockback!
Hold it, Blitz. You know, if you want to change, it just starts with saying, good for him. Hope he gets laid. Here, have some cake, fuckwad.
Wow. I misjudged a lot of people here. I see Stolas genuinely happy for the first time. And there he goes. Hmm. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Got over you. I got over you. I got over you.
All right. Wow. So, I suppose I was mistaken. This, I don't know. This could continue to drag on, but it seems like we've actually reached a point where, at least for now, things are stable. They are broken up. Blitz feels like a steaming piece of shit, and Stolas is gleefully dancing at a party and truly enjoying himself, genuinely happy for probably the first time. And not just like lustful enjoyment of the moment, but like happy. Like feeling appreciated. And that's all Stolas ever wanted. And that's the elephant in the room. We gotta talk about that first. Because this has been an ongoing trend with Stolas. The reason why he was, all over Blitz. Because from the very beginning, cheating on Stella. Because Stella was such a bitch. And, he had every right to get away from her. And he jumps into the arms of Blitz. But then, Blitz didn't really return the love. So Stolas finally felt like his presence was appreciated, but him as a person was not. And so, yeah. So that party, first of all, that party's there for humorous reasons, and I'm not defending Blitz here. Blitz is a shitty person. But, a lot of the people at that party weren't, in a deep relationship. When I made the comment that, I've wronged people worse than Blitz had wronged Dennis, I mean, he didn't really do anything with Dennis except be like, he was making out with Dennis, be like, oh, of course your name's Dennis, and moves on. Does that really count as an ex? I don't know if I've mentioned these reactions, but I yammer a bit on stream, so I've commented to this effect, but not sure exactly where. But I've always been kind of neurotypical. I've mentioned my age. I didn't learn how to do the social thing until I was in my late 20s. And a lot of that was because of Dungeons and Dragons, gaming group, and learning how to conversate. And part of that is taking the role of somebody else with their own motivations, their own personality, and putting yourself in their shoes and speaking as them. So letting them speak through you. And so you kind of learn how to navigate that process in that way. So kind of a slight tangent. Anybody who has difficulty with that kind of thing, find a gaming group, because if you have difficulty with the social aspect of things, just social aspect, that helps. It's not a cure, but it helps. Because prior to that, I just learned a term recently. It was I forget the term. It was echo something. Basically, it's what people who are neurotypical on the spectrum, they'll mimic. Actually, I'm going to look it up real quick. Actually, I'm not going to bother looking that up. I'll flash it on the screen what the word is. I'll look it up in editing. But it represents just mimicking things that you've heard, things that people have said, as if it was your own. Take things other people said and repack it as your own. It's basically how neurotypicals communicate, like parrots, basically. So there's a word for that. Learning to formulate your own thoughts is a skill, and some people struggle with that. And a slight tangent for those who struggle with that. If you're hearing this and you're like, "Oh man, it sounds like me to a T," look into D&D gaming groups, things of that nature. It's excellent practice. The idea of you're at a table with a few people, somebody says something else in response to that, and then you add to the conversation, and then somebody else says something in response to what you said. Yeah, I didn't learn to do that until I was in my late 20s. I'm serious, 100% serious. Anyway, what was I going with that? I squirreled. Anyway, so moving on. Stolas. Oh yeah, about how I had wronged people. It's just trying to conversate and failing, and just saying something you shouldn't have said, and it caused them to get pissed off. And it's like, oh, you're just a shitty person. It's like I don't even remember what I said. I just know I said something that bothered them, and then you wonder why. Then you have introverts refusing to speak, because every time we speak, people get pissed off. So it's like, why even speak, right? Anyway. So yeah, a lot of the people at the party was like, Blitz wronged them, but bad enough for them to go to an annual shindig? It's like, he didn't wrong them that badly. Like, there's somebody in my past who could still harbor a grudge against me, but even then, like, really? But it's like, people go to a party. So now, that being said, Verosica, so there's Stolas, right? But there's also Verosica, and of course, this comes from the nature of showing only certain aspects, and this kind of circles back to a comment I made about how Stolas knows Blitz better than we do, because this is a living, breathing world. People getting up and moving around, and the camera's not always on them. So there was a past with Blitzo and a past with Verosica, but then our only experience with Verosica was in episode 3 of the first season, when she hopped in and was really causing a scene, causing a problem, just giving Blitz a hassle, and she seemed like a bitch, and she's a succubus and all that stuff. But then what he did to her is she was vulnerable. She let herself be vulnerable for the first time with somebody she loves, admitted to truly loving them, only to get a very similar treatment that Blitz gave Stolas. When Stolas gave Blitz a decision, either stay with me just to be with me or walk away, Blitz chose the right-in option, like option C, fill in your own option, and did basically the worst possible thing you could do. And he did the same thing to Verosica. He didn't just not return the love. Like he could have just been like, I don't know. I'm not really looking for a long-time commitment. I was hoping to keep this casual. Even that would have at least been respectful, right? It's not what she would have wanted to hear, but it would have not led her to making a yearly party to talk about how to celebrate Blitz's shittiness. He actually made it wasn't just a I don't return your feelings, it's a I make you feel bad for having those feelings. Piece of shit, right? Some of the people at the party, I don't see it, but Verosca, somebody who's rich and petty enough, that's reason enough, I suppose, to host such a thing. But so Vortex singing singing here, the motherfucker. That was a legitimately good song, though. Like R&B, soul, just legitimately good song. Brilliant vocals. I had 2-to-1 odds on Blitz popping up and being like, I was a shitty person, I want to do better, Stolas, I want to do better. Would that have even been that could have potentially been enough. Could have potentially been enough. Like I said, action speaks louder than words. A simple sorry, I don't think would do it. But to make an ass of himself, to be like, I am so sorry, I'm telling in front of everybody here, I want to change my ways, that may have been enough. Like, the scene was set for Blitz to do a complete 180, just face himself and realize that he's a shitty person. But instead goes out after, especially after talking to Farasika. I was like, talking to Farasika, that'll probably do it. Then we find out what he had done with her, and it's like, okay, yeah. And he's faced with this, and he just gets up and leaves and gets into his van and just slams his head into the steering column. Yeah. So, although this is scene, though, you see a lot of people replayed this. So that being the Southern Belle from the first episode, oh my goodness, so many callbacks. The callbacks, oh my god. So this was hilarious. This was hilarious. After that teacher got paid IMP to kill that Southern chick. You're a hero. Squeak, squeak, squeak. You're a hero. After all of that, then she's... they're together. Oh my goodness. The callback. I love that callback. Oh. Yeah, so not every series is going to be like, 100% perfect the whole way through. Helluva Boss has had a couple of stumbles, in my opinion. But past couple of episodes have been gold. Episode 8, Episode 9, absolute gold. Just really diving into the character. Not even so much character development, but really diving into the character. Show, don't tell, right? Showing us the anguish that we just see the inner turmoil, the inner struggle of Blitz. Shut up. The inner struggle of Blitz. As he's really being faced with his true self. He is seeing himself, his inner self, in the mirror for the first time. This is like just finally face to face with your true self, and he does not like what he sees. So I'll tell you something about myself as a man, and because here's the thing: like, I'm not perfect. I have certainly had my share of fuck ups. Everybody has. I am the type of man who I am not afraid to look at myself in the mirror and say, I don't like what I see. And I will take the drive to try to fix it. And usually I can handle it myself. Most recent case of, I alluded to before, a bout of mental illness. Not going to talk about it at length here because it's too much of a tangent. I'm not going to go into it here. But that was the first time that I ever reached a point where it's like I look at myself in the mirror and go, I don't know what to do. Like, it's not a matter of doing. I don't know what to do. So that's when I needed help. But usually I can, every other time I've been, able to look at myself in the mirror and go, I don't like what I see. I need to make a change. So I'll change a behavior, or I'll change a way of life. I'll change a habit. Something that's like a genuine problem where it's like, it's not just there's people have bad habits sometimes, and bad habits are hard to break. But if it's like, this is a genuine problem, I have to do better, I can usually whip myself into shape. So, but it does require, look at yourself with a critical eye. You look at yourself with a critical eye and say, I don't like this version of myself. This version of myself is not acceptable. And it does require that kind of existential crisis. Hey, I was actually able to say that. And that's kind of where Blitz is right now. It's definitely an existential crisis that he has to work through, and I mean, it's not easy. I mean, I can whip myself into shape, but it's not easy, especially if you don't know what do I need to do? What does being a good partner look like? And clearly Blitz right now is not clear to him. It's not clear to him what that would look like. So I don't know what the future's going to hold. Is it impossible for Blitz to fix what he has with Stolas at this point? Like, it's possible that, you know, Blitz could have made a big showing at that shindig. But of course, he went on this apology tour before going to see Stolas. Like, Stolas is like, okay, so I'm the last on your list. It's so token, right? Blitz absolutely went about it in the worst way possible. Like, this little apology tour is a good thing, but one, it has to be genuine. I was kind of joking about it. It's like, make it right. Anybody's ever seen that episode of South Park when Cartman thought he was dead? That was a good episode. But that's essentially what Blitz is doing here. It's like, okay, I've fucked over a lot of people, so here's my list. All right, let's go hand out some fruit baskets to everybody, and that'll make it better. It's like, all right, I have settled all my debts. I've apologized to everybody with a fruit basket. I'm all good. I'm ready to go to heaven now. I fixed all the problems. It's so. I mean, it's a what? They're what, 8 or 9 years old? Like, I guess it was the 4th grade version. So the 9-year-old Eric Cartman logic right here. Kind of one final thought. I did make a comment that Blitz is my spirit animal, and I still stand by that. That doesn't mean that I reflect Blitz's values. I share the sense of humor, but he fucked up really bad. And I know Stolas liked that kind of humor, but he also wants to feel cared about. So Blitz can make those nasty comments. I think Stolas will be fine with those nasty comments if they're just genuinely cuddling and spending time together. And it's not just a transactional thing. Blitz is there just because he wants to be there, just because he wants to see Stolas and hang out. They can make those comments, make those jokes, and everything will be fine. It was for the transactional aspect of the relationship was the problem. Yeah. I think I've kind of talked this to death. And I was glad that music video was recommended to me too, because there's stuff that I was able to understand from reading between the lines, but it did give a little bit of a kind of a reflection of some stuff that Stolas was already aware of regarding Blitz that we hadn't seen. So it did help to kind of elaborate about some of the stuff that the characters are aware of that we as viewers weren't without that. So it was still it was definitely worthwhile to watch that video. And that song was gorgeous. I feel for Veronica. Yeah, she seemed like a stingy, stuck-up bitch before, but that's just her putting a strong facade on, because she opened up one time, and that's what it got her. So I feel like I understand Veronica as well. And I'm not gonna say this is necessarily an excuse for like men being shitty. I mean, there's plenty of shitty women too, but the stereotype is it's the man who's being closed off and not sharing feelings and stuff. But ask any man why he doesn't, and if you're looking for an honest answer, it's because he'd say something like what Veruska said: "The one time I opened up, it was thrown back in my face." And that's what Bliss did for Veruska, and that's why she seemed stuck up and closed off, because the one time she opened up, it was thrown back in her face. I understand Veruska a little bit better now. So, this has been my reaction to Season 2, Episode 9 of Helluva Boss. Quite the ride. I do stream on Twitch. My VODs are on YouTube. My schedule on the Twitch calendar, on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, clips on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.